Late-night ambiance hums as cameras cut to Jimmy Kimmel on stage, seated across from Will Ferrell. The crowd is still chuckling from a previous bit, and Jimmy leans forward, flashing a grin as the band fades out. Jimmy, ladies and gentlemen, the man who once streaked through college campuses and now dominates holiday movies. Please welcome Will Ferrell. Applause erupts as Will strides in, wearing an absurdly oversized Christmas sweater despite it being July. He hams it up for the crowd, pantomiming a golf swing before sitting. Jimmy, wow, festive much? Will, it's never too early to be aggressively merry, Jimmy. I'm like a rogue elf with a Target gift card and a dream. The audience roars. Jimmy chuckles, flipping a cue card. You've got Santa's Apprentice 2 coming out. I saw the trailer. There's a scene where you're wrestling a polar bear. Will grins, nodding proudly. Yes, and I did all my own stunts. That bear was a diva, though it wouldn't come out of its trailer without organic honey and Dua Lipa playing. Jimmy, you're joking, but with Hollywood these days, Will, no, I'm dead serious. I think the bear had a better agent than me. They both laugh. The tone is breezy and relaxed, and the audience is clearly loving it. Jimmy leans in with a sly smile, steering the conversation. Speaking of agents, there's been a lot of talk lately about your ER break with Adam McKay. Will pauses. Briefly, the smile falters for a second. Just a second. Oh, you're going there already, he says with a half laugh. Jimmy shrugs innocently. Hey, you know the internet, one day it's all about baby sloths sneezing. The next it's about Will Ferrell getting snubbed for an HBO role. The audience oohs softly. Will straightens in his seat. Yeah, that was ... unexpected. I mean, we built a career together. Anchorman, Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. It's like Lennon and McCartney, if Lennon cast Harry Styles. Without telling him, Jimmy chuckles awkwardly. Well, some people say it's just business. You know, creative differences. Will's expression hardens. Yeah, that's the line. But when your best friend doesn't even give you a head before replacing you in a show that you both developed, it's not just business anymore, it's betrayal. Jimmy, sensing the shift, tries to lighten things up. I mean, you've got 1,000 projects. You're like the Tom Hanks of comedy. Will doesn't laugh. That's not the point. It's not about projects, it's about trust. The room goes quiet. I found out through Deadline. Jimmy, imagine finding out your best man replaced you with someone you didn't even know was in the room. Jimmy, okay, but isn't that just a game? I mean, Hollywood is brutal. You've played it long enough, shouldn't you expect this sort of thing by now? Will sits back, eyes narrowing. I'm not some wide-eyed kid, Jimmy, but there's a difference between studio politics and your own friend stabbing you in the back because he thinks someone else is. More dramatic, like I've never had range. Jimmy raises an eyebrow, sensing the spark. So you're saying you did want that role? Will's jaw clenches. I co-created the damn thing. Of course I wanted it. The tension in the studio is sharp now, the kind that prickles skin. The audience has fallen into a hush, unsure whether to laugh or brace themselves. Jimmy tries pivoting. You know, when I think of you, I think of joy, of absurdity. You once wore a meat hat on this very show. Will nods, but there's a coldness behind his eyes. Yeah. And maybe that's the problem. Everyone thinks I'm a cartoon, that I'm just here to be funny. Maybe McKay thought the same thing, that I couldn't handle nuance. But I've got layers, Jimmy, more than people give me credit for. Jimmy smirks slightly. Well, I mean, you did play an elf who eats used gum off subway railings. Will leans forward, voice lower, and people believed it, because I made them believe. That's acting, isn't it? Not just costumes and catchphrases. The crowd laughs nervously, sensing the air turning dense. Jimmy hesitates. Look, I didn't mean to poke a nerve. I just thought. Will cuts him off. No, you did mean to. That's what this is. This whole thing's a setup, right? Let's bring Will out. Let him dance. Let him laugh. Then let's needle him until he snaps. Makes for good TV. Jimmy sits up straighter, momentarily losing the easygoing host facade. Come on, Will. You've been in this chair a dozen times. You know how the game works. We talk, we tease, we dig a little. That's the job. Will shakes his head, voice rising. Then maybe I don't want to play anymore. Maybe I'm tired of being the punchline in everyone else's joke. The audience gasps. One woman in the front clutches her pearls knot, metaphorically. Jimmy holds his ground. So what? You're walking away from comedy? From Hollywood? Will stands, pulling off the mic. Maybe from *T like this. The mic dangles awkwardly from his sweater as he throws it onto the seat. I've given this industry everything. But the second I want to be seen as something more, everyone panics. Like I've broken some unspoken contract to always be the funny guy. Jimmy stands now, gesturing to calm the moment. Will, come on, this isn't that show. We're not here to attack. Will turns sharply. No, you're here to provoke. And congrats, it worked. Hope the ratings are worth it. He storms off the stage, the cameras catching every step. The audience is in shock, some murmuring, others unsure if it's all part of the bit. Jimmy turns to the camera, mouth tight and a half smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Well, that took a turn. The band awkwardly starts up a jazz riff, but it's drowned out by the murmurs and whispers echoing through the studio. The screen cuts to commercial, but not before capturing one final shot, Will shoving open the backstage door. Sweater half-off expression, unreadable. The segment, when uploaded hours later, racks up millions of views. Comment sections explode with debate. Was that real? Is Will okay? Kimmel went too far. Some speculate it's performance art. Others believe it's a breaking point, years in the making. A few insiders post cryptic tweets, been a long time coming. Think pieces. Drop by the dozens. The dark side of funny. Why Hollywood breaks comedians. Will's team remains silent. Jimmy's show issues no statement. The unresolved tension becomes the story. And just like that, a night meant for laughs becomes a flashpoint in late-night history.